Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today is March 31st of 2015 and it's the very last day of Sale-a-bration. So you only have today to place a $50 order to receive a Sale-a-bration item. And so my project today is going to focus on a few Sale-a-bration items to hopefully tempt you. The first thing that we're going to see with this card is that it's a little pouch and it's created with the mini treat bag framelit or thinlet dies, and then when you pull it out you have this cute little card inside here. So I'm going to go through the steps to create this, and then of course we use quite a few Sale-a-bration items. The paper is the Best Year Ever Designer Series paper. We use the stamp set called Simply Wonderful, and we're also using the ribbon and buttons from the Best Year Ever accessory pack. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to need, of course, is some designer series paper. So we are actually using the Best Year Ever designer series paper, which looks like this. And the paper that I picked for the two that I showed you earlier was this design. So I made my flowers match some of the designs on here and my ribbon. But for this design, I wanted to bring out the Calypso Coral. So I picked a designer series paper that had some Calypso Coral in it. And we are going to go ahead and go to the Big Shot machine and run that through the Big Shot machine with the Thinlets die. That is the mini treat bag Thinlets die. Let me show you what this looks like. It looks like this. Of course, you can see the actual die here to create the little treat bag, but you also get all of these accessory dies. And so I just love this. It's in our occasions catalog for spring of 2015, and I just love it. I really hope it makes it into our regular catalog because it's just awesome to work with. So I went ahead and did that. Let me just show you. Your papers that you're going to need are a 6x6 piece of designer series paper and another designer series paper in that same design, and this is 3x6. And like I said, I went ahead and did that just to save a little time. I just ran it through the Big Shot machine, and I did use the magnetic plate, this platform here, and it is on sale. It is a great sale. Right now, it's $29.95, I believe, which saves you $10. And so that would be a great item to add on to your Sale-a-bration order. So let's go ahead and put this little treat bag together. And I should say that sale is on our weekly deals. And the weekly deals come out every Tuesday. And so I was really surprised when I saw that because I was like, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. For all of my customers that don't have this magnetic plate, it's a good time to get it. So what I did is I just folded all of the scored lines. The lines are scored automatically. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my fast fuse. And I'm going to put some fast fuse along this edge. And we are just going to adhere this to here. So I think the easiest way to do that is to just line it up like this. And then we're just going to set that in there. Okay, so now we have our bag and it looks like this. So now to put it together, I am just going to add some fast fuse right here, all the way up, and then I can fold this flap, and then I'll just finish up my bottom flap. And so at this point, we have our little treat bag put together. That's all there is to it. It's just so fast and easy once it's been cut out with the Big Shot machine. Now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we're going to work on the inside panel first. I have a 3 1/4 by 4 3/4 piece of Whisper White paper, and I am going to stamp on that. Thanks so very much. I'm going to use soft suede ink, and we're just going to stamp that right here in the middle, kind of towards the top. And then I'm going to layer that onto a piece of Calypso Coral. This is 3 1/2 by 5 inches. And since I have my fast fuse here, I'm just going to go ahead and use my fast fuse. When you're using fast fuse, you have to be very, very careful with it, because if it gets kind of stuck and wound up in here, you have just pretty much wrecked it. So what I find is that as I'm using it, if I make a quick little flick off to the right, that gives me a clean cut off this edge. Alright, so our inside panel is done, and then the one extra thing that I did is I added a hodgepodge clip. Let me show you. In our main catalog, we have something called Basics Hodgepodge Clips. And there's some silver arrows, some hearts, some stars, and some little tiny paper clips. And I am using the star. I just love the way that looks, kind of peeking out from the top of the treat bag. So I'm going to just adhere this, or just clip this on. And you can see it right there. Isn't that cute? And we're just going to put this in the bag. And our inside panel is done. And you can see that little star peeking out over the top. Then we're going to take our ribbon. And let me show you. When you, if you choose to get the accessory pack as your free item, you get all of these buttons. And they're in the colors of, I think it's Crushed Curry, Calypso Coral, and Coastal Cabana. And then of course some coordinating ribbons that go with that. So that's a really, really good item to get for free. And then we're just going to take the ribbon and we're going to tie it around our bag. And I'll just bring this over here. I might be a little bit generous with this. I'm tying it right off the roll. I find that when I tie it off the roll, I do a better job. For some reason, it seems to work better for me. Okay, and plus then you don't waste as much, although on this particular one it looks like I did. I kind of started up a little high. Okay, so here we go. Our ribbon is on. And now we just need to add the decorative flower. There we go. How cute is that? Okay, let's get the flower on. So we're going to take a piece of scrap paper, and I have some Whisper White scrap here. We're going to ink up this flower in the soft suede. And we're just going to stamp it. Whoops, I don't like the way that looks. We got a little hair on there, so I'm going to stamp it again. So I just kind of wiped it off so I can start over here. Let's stamp this again. Okay, now I'm going to check it and make sure it looks nice and hairless. Alright, so here's our second attempt. Ah, much better. Now we're going to take the Medallion Flower Punch. This is actually a stamp set that can be purchased as a bundle. I'll show you that in a second here. But it's called the Petal Potpourri. And if you purchase it where you get the stamp set and the punch at the same time, you save 15%. So let me see if I can find that. Yes. Here is the stamp set. You get all of these different medallion type flowers that coordinate with this one medallion punch, that when you purchase the punch and the stamp set together, you save 15%. That's one of our bundles in the Spring Occasions catalog. And what we are going to do now is layer this onto a piece of Calypso Coral. So I'm going to just punch out that medallion flower from this scrap of Calypso Coral. And then we can go ahead and, using stamping dimensionals, we can layer this onto our base flower here. So I'm just putting some dimensionals onto the back of the stamped image. And then I'm just going to set this so that you can see the Calypso Coral between the petals. Then I'll bring back this into our main image, move that down a little bit, and then we're going to add some dimensionals again, and down to my edges on my dimensionals. And so you can use all those edges, they work just fine. So now we'll put this in right here. There we go. How pretty. And now we just need a little sentiment here. So you will want to have a 1/2-inch strip of Whisper White paper, and then you're going to stamp the sentiment called, well, it's from the Your Wonderful stamp set, and, or is it called, I think it's Simply Wonderful. So we'll just stamp that right there. There we go. And then all you have to do is go in and make a little pennant. So I have pre-stamped this so I don't accidentally smear that while I'm working with it. So I'm just going to make a little pennant on this end. I should look at my original here so I make sure I don't forget anything. Alright, now I'm just going to add a little fast fuse to the base here, the bottom, and then we're just going to set this right here, just so it sticks out a little bit to the right. There we go. And our little card is complete. So here is our little treat bag card, and it says, "So thanks so very much." And you can put this in a regular envelope to mail it. So I'll put out all the products that I used today here, or I'll put out the other ones that I had done in advance. So here's one, and here is one. Aren't they cute? So this one uses, oh no, I'm missing my button. Did you notice? I am going to put that button on. I already have it ready. Here it is. And it's got some white baker's twine in. I put a couple of glue dots on it. Oh, good. Perfect finishing touch. Doesn't that make a difference? So here it is in the crushed curry and the Calypso coral and the coastal cabana. And you're simply wonderful. Hope you have a great day and enjoy this last day of Celebration 2015. If you'd like, visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com where you can find links to place orders. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.